So the big picture here is, what did we learn from all this research? And we started with 2 research questions in the beginning. And so these are kind of our big picture findings and answers to those 2 original questions. So this answer is kind of in 2 parts. The first part of this answer is from our first question: what are the intersections between SEL and STEAM in our current curricula? So based on the 2 units that we did a curricular analysis on, we found 4 big takeaways. So we found that within the 2 units that the SEL components of insight, connection, regulation, and empathy were shown within those STEAM curriculums. So in insight, we're talking about different perspectives into other people's cultures or perspectives on the world, connection to real world applicable topics from state content, regulation and learning how to self regulate and regulating our minds and our emotions, and then empathy and being able to understand how someone else is feeling, even though we may not have been in that situation before. The second part of this answer is from our second research question: in what ways are teachers in our contexts already integrating SEL and STEAM? And so we have about 4 different bullet points of things that teachers who are currently in the field talk to us about how they are currently integrating SEL and STEAM. So first would be modeling, and that's modeling, regulated brain state and good SEL regulation and collaboration. The second would be science labs or STEAM projects. A lot of these labs integrate some kind of literacy or book component, and that's where they bring in their SEL content. And then you asking students to work together and collaborating, that's a huge part of SEL. And so that's how they've integrated SEL and STEAM together. Authentic experiments, things that are real world and not just something out of a textbook, but something that is applicable to someone's real life. And then the last one would be the use of lifelines. Some schools use lifelines, and it's a set of SEL characteristics, things like perseverance and organization and problem solving, to help students learn and become better at self regulating and controlling their emotions. One teacher did say, I found both go hand in hand throughout my day. STEAM incorporates an immense amount of collaboration, and SEL is the foundation for all communication and caring. You have to care to collaborate. You have to have a social and emotional skill to be part of a team. Any solution to a challenge or problem involves utilizing those lifelines that define us. And I think that quote from one of our participants was a great way of showing how they incorporate SEL into STEAM into, because you have to care to collaborate. So overall, we did learn a lot from this study, but I also think that this integration hasn't been researched a lot. And so although we did find connections, I still think that there's lots of potential for other connections to be made through these 2 subjects.